Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl. This is congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles, and I mean, this game was a blowout from top to bottom. I mean, even though the Chiefs scored 22 points, they really should have scored like 0 or 7. It was a bad game all around for them, and I'm going to be talking about the implications, both fantasy-wise and league-wise. But so if you guys like this video, please leave a like and subscribe and comment. It really means a lot to the small creators. We're close to 15 subscribers, so let's try and get that. And yeah, let's keep it going. So let's start with the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes, really bad game. Even though he had 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. The 3 touchdowns were from Chuck and Hail Marys to Xavier Worthy. He got 2 of them, but still, he caught 8 of 8 targets. We're going to be talking about Xavier Worthy a lot later, but yeah. Patrick Mahomes, there's a big problem with drops, but the bigger problem was just him getting pressured so often. Like, there were plenty of drives where it's just sack, sack, sack. This offensive line doesn't hold up well. It really didn't. I mean, people were just getting beat back and forth, and Mahomes took the price for it. And it really, really hurts his stock in the GOAT debate over Tom Brady. I think now, especially after now, he has more interceptions in 5 Super Bowls than Tom Brady had in 10. I feel like in order to be considered the GOAT, he'd have to win at least 8 or 9 Super Bowls. He has to win at least more than 7, more than Tom Brady. But that's going to be tougher now, especially because like he needs a good team around him. And I mean, Andy Reid knows how to build good teams, but I don't know. It's going to be tough for him to get 8 or 9. And, you know, his stats just aren't that amazing in retrospect. He just won a lot of Super Bowls, and he got here. It should have been the Bills. It really should have been the Bills. I mean, they would have given the Eagles a much better game because even though the Eagles' defense, the Eagles still would have put up like 40, but the Bills probably would have put up like 30 or 36, and it would have been a close game. Kansas City rushing. Yeah, they're taking a running back in the draft this year. Pacheco looked like garbage. Kareem Hunt looked like garbage, but they didn't even play that much. Like, they completely abandoned the run game in the Super Bowl. You can't be doing that. The reason why they were so good in the Super Bowl the last couple of years is because Pacheco was doing great at running back. This year, however, not so much. I definitely see them taking a running back in the draft, whether it is, I think it's going to be a guy, a part of the Big 7. I'm calling it the Big 7. Genty, Caleb Johnson, Omarion Hampton, the 2 Ohio State guys, Ollie Gordon, Cam Scatterbo. Those are my Big 7, and I think that the Chiefs are going to take one of them, probably Ollie Gordon or Travion Henderson, because you're still going to want to use Pacheco on a rookie deal, but I don't see him getting another contract, especially how bad he's been playing after the injury this year. Who knows? Maybe he surprises me and comes back up. Kansas City receiving. Xavier Worthy had an unbelievable game, but a lot of it was in garbage time. But still, you know, 8 for 8, 157, 2 touchdowns. You can't complain about that. And fantasy-wise, even when Rashee comes back, Xavier Worthy's still going to be a very good target. And we don't know how Rashee Rice is going to come back, so I don't know. Xavier Worthy is just a guy you're definitely going to want to put on your radar fantasy-wise and league-wise because he's just so fast. The rest of the guys, Kelsey and Hopkins, surprisingly, had a bunch of drops, which was bad. I mean, Hopkins was 2 for 5. He had that good catch for the touchdown, but he played like garbage. And then all the other guys don't really care too much about them. This Kansas City defense, this might be the best defensive performance that led to over 40 points being scored by the other team, because this team just didn't play that well. But the defense was good. I know Chris Jones went out. That was a big loss for the Chiefs because he really created a lot of mayhem down there. But overall, the Chiefs really don't have too much to worry about with Pat Mahomes at the helm and Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice at receiver and good defense. Shouldn't be too crazy. And then for Philadelphia, now it's time to talk about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is still the most overrated quarterback in the league. Congratulations, Jalen Hurts, on finally getting it done. You only needed to add the best running back in the league and a new All-Pro linebacker. 2 probably easily would make Pro Bowl and probably like second or third team All-Pro DBs. You need 2 guys who are absolutely nobodies. And Josh Sweat isn't a nobody, but Milton Williams is a nobody to get 2 sacks, 2 TFLs. You need your defense to absolutely carry you and your offense to carry you. I'm going to pull up the play-by-play here, right? Look at all the Eagles touchdown drives. 69 yards, great drive. Interception touchdown, defensive. 14-yard touchdown based on the interception. 46 yards based on a busted coverage. And then didn't throw another thing since. And he had that really bad interception. Jalen Hurts only had 1 scoring drive over 60 yards. Or over 50 yards. Every single one of his scoring drives started inside the opponent territory, apart from the first drive of the game, which was a very good drive. But even then, the Jahan Dotson 28 yards was a complete busted coverage. Also, the Devonta Smith one, complete busted coverage. And he almost missed them. Am I here saying that Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback? No. But people are calling him top 5, top 3 in the league. No, he's not. And it's not even close. I still think he barely makes the top 10. And honestly, he definitely should not have been the Super Bowl MVP. 300 yards, 72 yards on the ground, tush-push touchdown. No. I know he had a good game. But you're going to tell me the guy with 3 solo tackles, 2 TFLs, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble is not going to get it? The only reason he doesn't is because he doesn't have that big marketable name. Do you really think the NFL would give the Super Bowl MVP to a guy named Milton Williams? A guy who, this is probably going to be one of his best games of his career. Probably the best game of his career. There's a reason why there hasn't been really a defensive MVP, because usually the big players either don't get enough or they're no names. You know, the last one was Von Miller, and, you know, everyone knows Von Miller. He's one of the best edge rushers in the league at his time. So, obviously, yeah, if he plays well, we're going to give the MVP to him. But no one's giving it to Milton Williams, even though he played, statistically, the best game on the Eagles. So, yeah. Jalen Hurts, still a top 10 quarterback. Definitely not even close. I'd put him at 9, probably. I'll do a full QB rankings, you know, based on actual, like, talent-wise instead of dynasty. I'll do that later when all the starters are kind of figured out. Rushing, Saquon Barkley had a bad game, but honestly, I don't put it on Saquon because the entirety of this Chiefs defense was honed in on stopping Saquon. And obviously, that's not going to be a recipe for success for him. So, and he had 40 yards in the air. So he had 97 yards, and it was still a bad game. Rushing, it was awful, considering the carries he got. But overall, as much as Saquon sucked this game, he's the reason why the Eagles are in the Super Bowl. So, still got to give props to Saquon. Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown, both average games. I mean, Devonta Smith's touchdown was on busted coverage. So, yeah. Overall, not too much to say about them. Just when one goes off, the other doesn't. And then this defense, the defense won them this game. If this game was 24-17 or 24-24 at half, or even like 24-10 at half, this game probably doesn't go the Eagles' way, and the Chiefs can find their way back into it. However, the fact that it was 24-0, the Chiefs had absolutely nothing going on for them. Mahomes had 2 picks. It really just made the Eagles win the game, which is why I said that the MVP should have been a defensive player. Because without this defensive performance, the Eagles do not win this game in such dominating fashion. I mean, some guys to highlight, you know, Zach Bond, all-pro linebacker, had that beautiful interception. Josh Sweat and Milton Williams, you know, 2 of the best guys in the defensive line. Cooper DeJean had that beautiful pick 6. And then guys who are always good and just consistent, like Quinyon Mitchell, Jalen Carter, like those guys. Darius Slay also is pretty good this game. You know, overall, everyone on the defense did their part. And, you know, a lot of nobodies, like Milton Williams, you know, really stepped up. And it's the reason why Philadelphia won this game. So, final thoughts. Kansas City, they're going to draft a running back. Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice are the top two guys in this team. Kelsey is going to slow down, and he's going to keep slowing down. I'm not surprised if he retires this year as well. And then the defense is fine. For the Eagles have to keep this core around, because if you don't put at least the top 3 core in every position group around Jalen Hurts, he is going to struggle. And we saw that, especially at the beginning of the year when Saquon was playing good, but not amazing. It was really the second half of the year when Saquon was playing unbelievably well, when everything clicked together for the Eagles. And then obviously Saquon's still best running back in the league. Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown. I know A.J. Brown wanted to get out of Philadelphia, but I don't know if he's still going to want to after this game, because, you know, he just won a Super Bowl. Good for him. But overall, and then the Philadelphia defense probably has nothing to worry about, except for they're going to have to pay all these guys soon. Zach Bond, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Cooper DeJean, and Quinyon Mitchell they got for a while. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl recap. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe again. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. The next video is going to be Path to the Podium with the Carolina Panthers.